guys. It's Un, Poco, Moss. Of course, it's me. Your favorite gal, Stock Karen. It's Danny Deals. It's Hurricane Lopez. We're all wrapped into one. We are talking SoFi Technologies Incorporated. We are doing our weekly week in review, as we are wont to do. And wow, what a great week for SoFi. I want to talk about, of course, the big day was Friday. I mean, volume has been very mundane, very pedestrian. And then Friday, volume spikes up to that perfect bullish level. I say the perfect level is 50 million, 58 million shares traded, tons of variance. The algo just could not hold the stock. Tried to hold on at the end of the day, definitely wanted to defend 850, but the stock is going to break through. I mean, there's good news on top of good news on top of good news for SoFi. It looks like that soft landing. You got the half-point rate cut. It's going to spur a lot of demand, but then you got the strong jobs figures. You're not going to get the high defaults. So SoFi is going to have an explosion of demand without a big increase in defaults. I think that's what we're looking at. Just to run through things, the chart is extremely bullish, already just destroyed the moving averages, made this huge move up. There really is not a gap here. I know a lot of people are saying the stock's going to gap down. There's gaps to the high side and the low side, but the stock is going to keep going up ahead of earnings. It usually does push up ahead of earnings. Often it's a false move, but I don't believe it's going to be this time. Noto's whole demeanor changed going into this ER when he talked after the last one. Everything is completely, this is the inflection point. This is where the stock turns the corner. All these other finturds have made their huge move upward. You see these massive moves for Upstart. Look what happened with Upstart's last ER. It wasn't even that great. The CEO just came out and said, we're turning the corner. We're going to get back to profitability, get back to growth. Basically gave some pretty good guidance, and the stock just went insane. I mean, granted, they had I think a 30% short on the stock, where SoFi is, more like 20. But SoFi has not made a move. It's just trading in this, algo-prescribed shark tooth ascending wedge. But I would contend there's absolutely no reason the stock should be trading in the single digits. I'm looking for 10, 13 in the short term, as some of these shorts come to their senses. Hey, little snoofy, wake up and smell the smelling salts. Some of these guys finally come to their senses and cover and realize this is probably, $14, $15 stock today. And there's a reason Noto's betting on $25, $35, $45 in very short order. That's because I think they're going to make $1 a share plus in 2026. I mean, look at the estimates from Goldman Sachs. Look at the estimates from the MIA Chia Pet. I mean, even his EPS estimates, they don't reflect his ludicrous price target, in my opinion. Why is SoFi set up for success? Because SoFi made foundational decisions about the structure of their company, the assets they were going to hold, how they were going to build it, and they were very intelligent. The foresight was there, and that's because the government cracks down. I keep saying there's a lot of risk around crypto. SoFi got out of crypto. The other risk to these fintechs is these host bank relationships, these rent-a-charters, these zombie banks. And I want to thank, of course, our great producer, Noto Lurker, J Money. But I want to thank Deadliest Catch Chris, a.k.a. Data-Driven Investing, for posting about this on Twitter. Essentially what's happening. I mean, I read this article and then it takes you over to this other article. This is what's called a Synapse rule, because this company Synapse collapsed, and it was a complete mess because the FDIC had to figure out who these accounts belong to. And what happens, because a fintech does not have a bank charter, they have to have a host account. And the host bank just makes the one big, huge account that commingles all the money for the fintech quote unquote bank account holders, like an old SoFi was one of these companies with money. They had a host bank. Sorry guys, I'm getting just a little bit of a head cold or something and some awful stuff. So just not feeling that well overall, but I hadn't checked in with you guys in quite a while. Now I have the comments down here in front of me. I got this incredible laptop yoga deal with 2 screens. Oh, it's fantastic. Hello and welcome, guys. Welcome and hello. Of course, it is un poco mas. Thank you for joining us on this very special week in review. Of course, it's a week wrap up of the weekend news, all things SoFi, all things FinTurd. I see the great Matt Flo. Thank you once again for joining us. Of course, we already said hello to our favorite bald man, our favorite guy with a shaved head after Telly Savalas. Of course, it's the great Not a Lurker. We got Mustang Rider, our host for our next vacation down to Nashville. Of course, he's going to host us in our entourage in his mansion, show us the town in style, like a true gentleman. We have Lee Armstrong. What's up, Lee? How's it going? Got Vladi Z in the house. Hello and welcome, Vladi Z. DVD. Let's Poco, buddy. Why not? What else do we have today? Should be out mowing the lawn, maybe going down to Bed Bath & Beyond, get some new curtains. A lot of things you should be doing. This ain't one of them, but here you are. So let's fucking Poco, DVD. Thank you, Mustang Rider. We're happy to have you. Javier, Lambo ready. Get those Lambos ready, guys. I'm going to make a Neo video. The news Neo, like you see the CEO of Neo sitting on a stage, spending an entire day with the president of Egypt and the president of UAE. Like, not the president of a company, but the president of their nation. I've been saying it. The Chinese state is in the bag for Neo. William Li is may as well be a fucking arm of the Communist Party. I mean, they're pushing this thing. It's going to be a huge worldwide success, but I digress. I don't want to start blabbering about Neo. I'm very, very excited, as you can tell. Surprisingly, I've only had 1 cup of coffee. So, J-Money, keep your powder dry, sir. I have not had 10 cups of coffee. It's only my 2nd cup. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, you teetotaler. No, yeah, it's a very good idea to get off caffeine. It's just, it's a drug. It's just keeps you ups and downs, keeps you mentally unstable, keeps you blabbering about stocks nobody wants to hear about, keeps you making obnoxious U-turd videos. Anyway, the great drifting. We got Javier. I hope you get that Lambo, Javi. I seriously do. Matt Flo is here. Matt Flo already has 3 Lambos, but, it's only made him marginally happier. The cost of the speeding tickets alone ranges into the mid 6 figures every year. We got the great Richard Vaughn. Way to go, SoFi. Yeah, what a finish, Richard. What a finish. We got Jing Driscoll. Hello, Jing Driscoll. Hope I'm Jing. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry. But welcome. Hello and welcome. We got Beaver is here. Good morning from Denmark. Good morning, Beaver. Welcome and hello. Let's see. Totally, man. I'm only going to have this cup and that's it. Scouts honor. Fingers crossed. What's up, Shanus? Yeah, the stage is set for SoFi. I mean, this is massive news, guys. I want to get back to what I was talking about. I just don't want to talk to any of you idiots, but I wanted to say hello to you guys because I haven't made a SoFi video in a few days. It's Eddie Martin, the great Eddie Martin. We got Trunk Monkey 10 by end of year. I think it's going to be 10-13 before the earnings report. I've been saying that. I firmly believe that these shorts are going to have to cover. The stock's going to make a huge move to the upside. The move hasn't started yet, guys. 830 is a joke. 10 was the SPAC price. We've had years of execution, years of growth, the consistency of which is rarely seen. Almost never, I've never seen a company report ERs like this, steady beats, steady growth, no hiccups, even with huge macro challenges, even with huge regulatory challenges. They just continue to crush. Noto's not a player. He just crushes a lot, guys. Hello and welcome and welcome and hello and welcome, guys. Of course, it is un poco mas. I'm sorry, guys, I gotta quiet it down. I'm not supposed to be yelling today. I do have neighbors. I do have loved ones. So let's just take it down. I'm usually doing probably a 6 to a 7. I'm just gonna try to do a 2, maybe a 1.5. It's Danny Deals Unplugged. It's a little more boring, a little less watchable. But anyway, I'm just gonna try to be quiet, talk like a human being. With my new lapel mic, I'm probably screaming into your ear, but it's the great Eugenio Morales. Eugenio Morales, one of my favorite names to say. Yep, the shorts can suck it. They can sit on an egg and rotate. They can bake grandma a cake. I don't care what the fuck they do, but they better cover because this thing is not going to 9 by earnings. It's going to 1013 by earnings. You're like, oh, you just pulled that number out of your ass. Well, no, I didn't. Watch and learn, turds. This thing's going up. We do not need any more subs, guys. We have enough annoyance, enough idiots here already. We got Roomy doing work. If SoFi goes to 45, I need ideas on how to spend. Guys, if SoFi goes to 45, you're never going to see me again. I'm done. Me and Princess J buying an island. It's game over. F you guys. You guys can find another fat guy to listen to and stake all your dreams on. It ain't me, kid. It ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for. So we got who else is here? Nobody. Toto, Northern Cali. I grew up in NorCal. It's not all it's cracked up to be. A bunch of freaking Niner fans, bunch of rednecks, bunch of turds. Yeah, what's up, Denmark? How you doing? I'm here in the Sheenus is in the Cayman Islands. Hook a brother up, man. We need monthly vacations. I'll give you free stock tips worth millions. Bank charter is going to pay dividends. Okay, guys, sorry, I keep going through these comments. Let's talk bank charter, why it's so important. Synex collapsed. Okay, they can't figure out who does the money belong to because it's a for benefit of bank account where they just commingle all the funds of the fintech and they rely on the fintech itself to do the accounting in terms of what account holder has what funds, when exactly they go in and out. There's very, very pardon me, guys. There's very, very specific legal requirements for how this accounting has to be done. And the FDIC, because this is all new, where these fintechs build the front end software, so there's this incredibly flashy UI, and these fledgling banks, just want a way to get cheap deposits and grow their books, grow their balance sheet, so they can, get a bigger bonus or whatever. They call it banking as a service if you're a proponent of it, and if you're an opponent of it, they call it rent a charter. Because, the bank basically is not doing the work the bank is supposed to do. So the FDIC just basically voted in favor, and it was unanimous on this Synapse rule. So companies like Mercury, Yoda, Fool, Juno, Brex, Copper, Yield Street, and a host of additional firms providing banking-like services, but they're not chartered banks, so they require partner banks. And you guys can read this. You get 4 free articles on Forbes, but Forbes has a lot of good content. I would recommend it, and it's super, super cheap to do a year. So I would recommend you read this yourself. I'm not going to read it all to you, but I've read it. Like, I'm not a technical guy. I'm definitely not like a securities lawyer or anything. So yeah, you may want to read it a couple times if you actually want to understand it. And then it links to other articles that kind of go more in depth. This guy, Jason McCullough, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but this Fintech Business Weekly, I started exploring the site. Highly, highly recommend it if you're into investing in this space or you just want to know more about the space. But anyway, they're talking about you have to go down. You have to deal with a million pop-ups. That's why they're talking about the economics of banking as a service and why it works. Essentially, the costs stay very, very low. The relationship, and it goes through. This is actually really interesting, and I did go through it, but I don't have the technical expertise nor time, and you guys would probably fall asleep. So just go back to the Forbes article. But so these non-bank providers have grown considerably. This is all the people that are providing banking services that don't have a bank charter. And if you remember, basically it's not the FDIC, but I think it's the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, OCC. They basically said right after SoFi got their bank charter by, the sort of merger deal they did, bought a small bank out of Sacramento. They basically said, we're not giving any more of these finturds bank charters right now for the foreseeable future, because they saw all the risk. The industry was just getting out of control. It's a Wild West. And that's not how bank accounts are supposed to go, because a lot of the people who deposit their money with these finturds, they don't realize they're not depositing the money with the bank. They're depositing money with another bank, with this middleman. And the worst part about it is, there's often a software company. I got to stop shouting again. I apologize. I get so excited about quality investment opportunities, but don't need to shout like an animal. We're civilized people here. The least we can do is act civilized, talk civilized, and just be rational, dispassionate when we discuss this and other great investment opportunities. So we just like to say welcome and hello and welcome. Take the volume down a little bit. take the energy from a 6 to a 0.25 if we can, and take the volume down from a, say, a 30 to a 2. That's strong coffee. I'm going to drink some really strong coffee in honor of my good friend Noto Lurker, J Money, who advocates drinking very strong coffee. I'm going to do the rest of the episode in a whisper. So if you want to leave now, I don't blame you. There's not going to be any energy. It's going to be just totally monotone. There's not going to be any humor. No humor. I'm going to start pronouncing things like an old Jewish man from the East Coast. No humor whatsoever. I'm going to cut the H off most words. But that's neither here nor there, guys. Sorry, I'm feeling a bit verklempt. Remember that coffee talk sketch from Saturday Night Live? It's like so stupid. Some of those things from when I was a kid and a little bit younger, had a little bit, my hairline was covering this mole at the time. Oh, how the days go by. But yeah, they probably aren't funny now, but it just, they seemed so good at the time. But you had nothing, you had no Comedy Central, you had no Jon Stewart, you had no internet, of course, no YouTube, and you're a kid, you can't go to like comedy clubs, you can't get into like comedy, right? You just nothing. So Saturday Night Live was like, for a lot of us that were growing up in these podunk shitholes, it was the only outlet we had for any type of comedy. Anyway, I don't know. The mind, it wanders. I don't know why I start talking about things. But the point is, guys, if I start talking too loud, remind me, I need to talk in a whispering monotone. Whispering Puppy, after all, was my moniker for just a little bit, but I got sick of it and forgot to type it anymore. So this is what I was talking about. Proponents, don't think these are my original ideas. I just read this, so just pretended like I knew it. Which is pretty much what I do. I either steal all my ideas from somebody, but proponents of the fintech industry call it banking as a service. They call it rent-a-charter, the detractors who say it's totally unsafe, it shouldn't be done. So fintech companies appeal because they provide a customer experience. Basically, it's like the software, the app, whatever it is, the rewards, the bonuses, the bullshit. So partner banks typically provide fintech firms with a single account, an FBO, for benefit of account, and they generally never knew the investors, the individual who the accounts were for. They relied upon the fintech firm to maintain their accounting. So basically, this company Synapse collapsed. It was a huge mess. They couldn't find the money for 6 months. People were without their money. The FDIC spent millions of dollars. It went through bankruptcy trustees, just goes on and on and on. So the former FDIC chair is talking about it. So it hasn't been a good business for partner banks even now, without having to do the accounting, without having to follow any of these requirements. And this quote, the environment for partner banks is about to get even more difficult. So this whole industry, banking as a service, is on the clock, guys. It's on the chopping block. And the huge winner here is going to be SoFi. Because while these guys were out here selling you gold-plated credit cards and, Shiba Inu coins and, other stuff recommended by the prescient people like the great Stock Mo, it was this garbage, selling you garbage at the highs. Like, I don't know. That's my opinion. There's a lot of YouTube guys doing it. But it was, whether it was crypto, whatever it was, it's the Robinhood mentality. I've been saying this all along. I'd rather have SoFi savers than Robinhood traders as an investor. Now, if you want to go on Robinhood and invest your money in trade or day trade, more power to you. I'm just talking about what company I'd rather invest in, how management thinks, the extremely conservative nature of SoFi management, their projections, their sandbagging. But you combine that with brilliant business model and the growth. SoFi's adding new products all the time. LaPointe makes an extreme, he belabors the point. None of that is in the guidance. Nothing new is in the guidance. That guidance out to 2026 is like, we don't introduce anything new, like this IPO platform. Guys, IPOs, a lot of this stuff is just gravy. It's just fees. Just goes right to the bottom line. It doesn't cost SoFi much. I mean, I just don't understand why people aren't seeing how much money they're going to make. I mean, I was watching Noto again yesterday. I have a reel that plays while I sleep. Elon has wired it directly into my brain. But, he was talking about like the 30% mark. No one else can get there. But anyway, on and on. I'm distracted as usual. And in a unanimous vote, and the FDIC does not usually unanimously vote. In a unanimous vote, September 2024, so this just happened, the board of the FDIC approved a proposed rulemaking on requirements for custodial deposit accounts with transactional features. So this basically, it's called the Synapse Rule. A good summary is written in Fintech Business Weekly. That's the article I just showed you if you want to check it out. Should the rule be adopted, partner banks would be required to know the beneficial owners and balances, and hence for the banks, the complexity and cost of partner banking will increase. Banks are already withdrawing from relationships with fintech firms. The complexity of banking as a service has resulted in banks running afoul of the rules, and numerous partner banks have received regulatory enforcement actions, including Choice, Cross River, Evolve, Green Dot, Lineage, NCB, Puremont, Sutton, Thread, and others. There are a number of, guys, the reason I'm reading you this is extremely important. These other fly-by-night people that you're calling competitors of SoFi, they're jokes. They're done. They don't do anything. They make an app. Sorry, finger circles. I keep leaning down so you get a good idea of my receding hairline. Just so you know the troubles. Nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Sorry, guys. Anybody here? Any new comments? Thank you for putting up the link there, not a lurker, J Money. Payush loading SoFi, the great Payush loading SoFi. We got Steven Seagal here. Memphis, Tennessee in the house, repping, Chime, Robinhood, Venmo, Acorn, regions with most at risk, heavily exposed whims of sponsor bank regulators. Yeah, it's crazy. And then you got the Elizabeth Warren, the Cherokee princess herself. Now, I don't mean to make light of it. I know she has like 196th. Yeah, with this lapel mic, supposedly the actual volume auto adjust will actually work because wherever I move, it's here. So it's an extremely cheap lapel mic, but whatever, dude. I'm not going to be one of these pretentious assholes who has like some horrible YouTube channel and buys like a $600 Shure mic with a $500 boom arm to, sit in your horrible apartment and fucking Bakersfield and make videos about action figures or, I don't know, First Amendment audits. Hello and welcome. To go on. So there are a number of fintech firms seeking partner bank, and such relationships are proving hard to find. Galileo, they don't need a middleman. They don't need another software company. SoFi is a bank. Galileo is the software. They can do it all, and they can do it all legally. I don't know if people get this. This entire rule is like a nuclear bomb aimed at everyone else and leaving SoFi standing. Because SoFi went ahead and, paid the time, expense, all the regulatory stuff. It's very difficult to get a bank charter, particularly because they had crypto exposure. They're a FINTURD. Noto has such great hair. He makes other people jealous. His resume alone leaves people quaking. But anyway, so basically they're saying, they go on in this article, people hate FinTurds. They're not regulated. They're not banks. They have the same risk as banks. People think they're banks. People trust them like banks, but they're not banks. And the underlying banks may not be healthy. They may not be keeping track of things. They may not have good records. They have no idea who the money they're holding belongs to. They're counting on these imbecile FinTurds to do that. And these imbecile FinTurds could be people who have no idea what they're doing. That's why SoFi hires like quality people, like somebody who worked for the New York Fed for 3 decades. Like their general counsel had been, I think, with Chase and Bank of America for 30, 40 years, something like that. These are the quality of people, SoFi is building a financial institution for the next 3, 5, 10 decades. These other companies won't even exist, I'm telling you. Yeah, you can trade these companies for the next year, 2 years, couple years. But the government is going to crack down on all this bullshit. They're already doing it. They already voted on this unanimously. They're going to put these turds out of business, guys. They don't make any money in the first place. These host banks, and you see these, if you take a good look at these partner bank returns, it's not a good business. They thought it was going to be and then these middleware platforms are the communicate between the host bank and the thing just dropped. Anybody hear me? I don't know. In my stupid anyway, so perfect. Just keeps going blank. I don't know what the hell. It's probably some deal with this laptop. But so guys, read these articles. Will need to step up their game so they can meet the fintech companies halfway. The current companies may not exist in the same way tomorrow, but the good ideas will. Guys, who is the huge winner here? Just think about it. Not only do we own that middleware guy, the whole backbone guy, the whole tech stack, but we're a bank with our own money with rapidly increasing deposits. When these finturds, when their partner banks drop out and they have nowhere to go, and these middleware companies are all Congress, trying to the last man standing, not the last man, but it's going to be companies like SoFi, like American Express, and it's going to cause existing, banks to have to step up their game. So, I mean, I don't think you could find news that's really more bullish than this. I don't know, dude. I don't think Steve likes me. I think he's threatened by another, I think I'm way chubbier than him, which makes him, feel good. But I think another good-looking big man might find threat. I call Steve the big sexy. So I think he's just so important he can't talk about stuff on the internet. Dude, I think the guy makes like a 7-figure salary Canadian, and he's just like, fuck all these peons. And hey, who can blame him? Yeah, the SoFi rocket is ready for launch. It's going to 1013, Piner. Hear me now, believe me later. You don't have to admit it, but you have to accept it. Yeah, it's going to the moon. We got F the moon. We're going to Mars, baby. Hinino. I wish my name was Hinino. Princess J would probably have no, she likes me, but if my name was something Latin, something with a little flair, I was a better dancer. It would spice things up. No, I have to stop yelling and I have to end this broadcast because I'm pretty annoying. Eddie Martin hears me. The Canadian boys at Crossroads should invite Noto for an interview. Yeah, I have invited Noto. Let me say this directly, guys. Let me say this directly. Anthony Noto, you've been ducking me. We want you on Un Poco Mas. You don't have to be threatened by my disheveled appearance. You can come on in your windbreaker. You can come on from a golf course in, Coeur d'Alene or Pebble Beach or wherever you find yourself. Come on, Un Poco Mas. Stop ducking us. Call Not a Lurker, J Money. He has all of our information. Anyway, guys, I don't want to go on anymore with this news, but it's just massive. It's just absolutely massive. Full service and automation. This is another good article. John Bowman. I don't really know who this is. I kind of took a look at this nonsense, falling interest rates. He's a hold. This is a good explanation. This just all ties together. Galileo, bank charter, the synergy. A lot of us have been talking about this for the last few years, and it's just fallen on deaf ears. They're like, nope, it's a bank. The whole tech company has no value. It doesn't mean anything. We're just going to ignore it because we don't like that bullum-headed idiot Gary. It's like, I don't understand it. I read a blurb about it on their website, and I just didn't get it. So it's not worth anything. Book value. There's probably a lot of things you don't understand. It doesn't mean they don't exist. But anyway, just that last point about this new FDIC rule showed how SoFi made incredibly good decisions years ago that are about to start paying off in a huge, huge way. And this kind of goes to what their model is and what people want for the future, younger people with money. Another good article. Again, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I'm definitely going to end this video. In terms of the short interest, they were returning about 4 million shares on Friday, which is one reason the stock definitely went way up. Noto doesn't like Canadians. I am not. I'm here in beautiful Southern California. I'm not Canadian. Great respect to Princess Jay, of course, love and respect for allowing this broadcast to proceed here today. In her home. We thank her and we appreciate it. We'd also like to thank the great Cutes, QT, who is probably the best dog in the world. I don't think there's no probably. You can say she is the best dog in the world, full stop. And QT has the heart of a lion. She's a fighter. And so we just want to say we love you, Cutes. Who else is here, guys? We got I don't know. I think that's about it. Mike Hill. We got Jason Watkins. Can you name a few of the turds for me? You want names? I can't give you names. Dude, I'm not sending Noto an invitation. If Noto wants to come on Upoko Moss, he can get a hold of Noto Lurker. He can come to me. I know those turds watch my broadcast. It's not for the information. They just think it's funny. Mike Hill is having some difficulties in his personal life, but his puts are looking very good. What's up, Deuce Kabuski? You guys are welcome. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. But guys, read these articles. Know what you own. I saw another blurb on Ortex, like Northwestern Mutual Wealth Management acquires 115,000 shares of SoFi. These are happening over and over and over. This company's only going up. Goldman's going to push it up. BlackRock's going to push it up. The counterparties, the senior secured note deal needed about 13. Noto needs that 25, then 35. These guys are the masters of the financial universe. This guy's been intertwined with Goldman Sachs as tight as it gets. He got a bank charter because he knew this stuff was going to happen. He hires people from the Fed. He hires a general counsel from these mega banks. Noto is playing chess. These other guys are playing pocket pool. The evidence is right in front of you. SoFi keeps delivering what they say they're going to deliver, and we haven't seen any of the potential out of Galileo yet and how that interplays with that bank charter and how the wheel's going to work. We haven't seen SoFi work yet, and they've already been killing it. I got to be quiet, guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this company. I'm so excited. I'm making so much money. I told you guys. It's like Brooklyn Stock Shops. I did not tell you, douchebags, to buy SoFi stock. I told you, you crusty turds. It's like, I told you guys. Like, dude, this ain't a $4 stock. This was just at $6. It's going through 1013. Ugh. Everybody wants to just buy Palantir off the top, a $90 billion market cap. Are you kidding me? They're like a year ahead of SoFi. SoFi's growing as fast as Palantir. I think SoFi's going to have better margins than Palantir. And I mean, maybe it's just sour grapes because I sold early, and I made about 100%. I'm not mad at that. Like, sometimes you have to take profits, but this thing, they just think it's going to run through 100 billion and keep going on the basis of some like $300 million Navy contract over 8 years. The markets are not logical. Newsflash, the markets are not logical. I don't get it, guys. I'm looking at this. It's like some of these, like, look at the multiple Upstart is getting. It's like $4 billion market cap. They're selling, what, 100 million some odd dollars a quarter? They're not making any money. SoFi's selling like 6x them. They have half the market. It just doesn't make any sense. Why are all these other companies that are dramatically inferior quality to SoFi trading at such superior multiples? And Palantir is a great company, but the multiple's nuts. The growth doesn't justify it. The margins don't justify it. Nothing justifies it. It's just hype. SoFi has like reverse hype. It's like the market just defecates on SoFi. It's such a good company, good management, good business model. It's going to have great margins, great growth dynamics. I mean, I don't know how to use this terminology as well as the great Tevis, but this is a quality company. It's going to make a ton of money. Everybody's seeing it. Even the great David Chiavarini with Wedbush, his estimates show EPS growing rapidly over the next few years. I think I saw his photo on a milk carton. Haven't been able to find him. He used to re-rate. He used to come out with his sell rating at $3 and $3.50 every couple of weeks. Haven't seen him in quite a while because he looks like a fool. In terms of this call, anyway. But believe me, I've made some horrible calls in my day as well. I just think it's not being wrong. It's being dishonest. It's having an agenda, in my opinion. I think a lot of these analysts do. In addition to giant foreheads and tiny wings, if you know what I mean. Let's see. It's all about hype. It's all about leadership. Yeah, I know. What happened? What happened? Where's the conviction in that $3 call when the stock's about to rip through 10, in my opinion? No, I mean, the guy's entitled to his opinion. I'm not mad at him. Like, I just think he had a hard on for this company. I don't really know why, but it is what it is. I've said it quarter after quarter after quarter year. Eventually fundamentals will win out. They're going to start making a bunch of EPS and the stock's going to go up and institutions are going to buy it. That's exactly what's happening. Let's see. Reiterate my like on this live stream. Thank you, Mike Hill. I recommend you do not like or subscribe, but if you choose to, at least you'll make Not a Lurker happy. Don't tell anybody about me. I don't want people to know about me. What's going on? Just call me Gavin. We make a great team. Gavin Newsom. Yoga pants. I don't do yoga. I'm too chunky. No, I actually starting to do yoga. David Chiavarini believes I'm a fool. Right back at you, you schmarmy turd. No. Let's see. DJ Patchy Drizzle in the house. We got Jeff Presley here. Who knows? CEO of Upstart. I heard him talk. He sounded really good. I heard him talk on their last earnings call. He's a smart guy. I'm not saying it's a horrible business. I'm just saying the multiple's nuts. There's nothing to justify it. There's nothing to justify SoFi having such a low multiple. Yeah, no, I should. I've made a ton of money from your idiotic, you and your ilk, but that's not really what it was. The institutions drove it down. You just helped convince idiots to sell at the lows, which is your job, in my opinion. And I'm entitled to that under the First Amendment. I think you're a complete, dishonest turd. I think you're far too smart to believe that this is actually a $3 company. I think you know what you're saying is bullshit, but that's just my opinion. I can't prove it. I will not have, hopefully I'll have less subs at the end of the year. Been here a few days. Shorts has to cover short squeeze. It's not going to be a dramatic short squeeze. It's only about 18%, but yeah, it should definitely push the price up. Pagaya, yeah, I have thoughts on it. I'll talk about it. I like things about it I like and things about it I don't like, but yes, I have looked at it. I don't own it. So I don't pump anything I don't own and intend to keep and hold. I'm not pushing anything for any alternate agenda. If I say something's good, that's because I own it, I'm buying it, I plan to buy it, whatever. I'm going to tell you. Like SoFi, I own a ton of SoFi, I own a ton of Leaps. I just own a ton of everything. All bullish. No hedge, zero hedge, none of that. I'm all highway, guys. I'm like Rod Farva. Just a little bit chubbier and older. Let's see. Keep it real. Thanks, Piner. It's a wonderful day. Took the dogs. Yeah, Not a Lurker gets out and about, man. I got to get out and do something. Let's see. That's why we like down. Oh, thank you guys very much. They like me. They really, really like me. Anybody else have anything they want to touch on? Let's see. I gave you the short interest, Northwest Mutual, anything popping on Fintel, filings on the 4th, Handelsbanken, Fonder, German, some shit. What are these crowd-eating bastards looking to do? Increased 20%. They have 226. So not much happened there. This is kind of a weird thing. BlackRock, just these small. I keep saying BlackRock. Watch BlackRock. More importantly, watch Goldman. Watch these filings this quarter. I will be a monkey's uncle if Goldman is not stirring this pot with their giant wooden spoon. That house music fucking DJ CEO of theirs, he's not going to miss an opportunity to run this stock up. Let's see what these turds have for the short interest. And guys, I think I am doing a fairly decent job of not yelling. I know I've yelled some, but not nearly as much as I usually do, because I'm a big, loud, monkey-brained idiot. So they have the short about 18%. Yeah, so it's close. Let's look at the short volumes, just see what these bastards are up to. You know they got tiny wings, but there's a lot else happening behind the scenes. Yeah, so they just Friday they let go. See, they screwed some of these guys. They screwed these guys selling calls. They screwed the shorts. See how they held it all week? Monday. See, Friday, again, low. Why aren't they shorting Fridays? It's very odd. They used to always do the opposite. Monday, then Tuesday, 44. Wednesday, 45. Thursday, 49. And then Friday, they just completely stopped shorting and let it run up on volume. I mean, I know that has to do with the macro. I know it has to do with the news, but they could fight it. But they don't. That's what I said. These guys are going to flip. They're going to screw the rookies. And that's exactly what you're seeing. That's the data proves they're flipping. Like, look at the institutional ownership. Okay, everybody says, oh, institutions are dumping SoFi and they're shorting it. But what does the actual data say from people? Actually, does this look like dumping? Like, this is just through Q2. So all through Q3, I believe this was just accelerating. This is going to be way up here when you see these filings currently. I believe it's currently way higher than this. These filings don't come in immediately. Some people you know, some people you don't know, because there's different requirements. And then like ARK, they post all their trades. Like some of these companies post trades, but most of them don't. Look at the institutional put call ratio. There's more institutions bullish on the stock than ever, and the calls and the puts are coming down. They know where this is going. They know it's going to make its move, like Hood did, and Upstart did, and Affirm did, and all these other companies. This is a tech company. Even that bald turd Kramer, that catch-all bastard. No, I kind of like Kramer. Like he said, he actually, like, it was crazy. The other day, he just endorsed NEO. He's like, hold on to NEO. Everything I've been believing for years is being validated. I've just been pouring money into these stocks at the very lows. I need, give me. I make millions, motherfuckers. Finally, Danny's going to be above the law. I'll put up my tool belt, take off my back brace. I'll go have a catch-up Foley Field with Papa Noto and Ben Asfleck. Big Earn McCracken. What's up, Carl Seamark, the mattress king of Chicago, in the house. Everybody, Wang Chung. It's a great Jeff Presley. We got Kim Jong Puts. Wang's my middle name. This is Mr. Wang. No offense. What do I expect for Q3? I expect 5 cents EPS, my man. I'll be in Maui for SoFi earnings. Very nice. Maybe if you get the presidential suite, me and Princess Jay will grace you with our presence. Jeff Presley, we got 6 cents. Jeff Presley, like 6 cents. I think 6 cents, you'd see a run that would hold up. I think the market would love 6 cents because a lot of analysts are saying 4 cents now. Yeah, I would love to make another NEO video. I got to keep my voice down, and I got to, maybe buy Princess Jay like a beautiful piece of jewelry or a handbag. No, she doesn't like any of that fancy stuff. But seriously, no, I got to shut up because I'm a big, loud, obnoxious, fat turd. She puts up with an awful lot, folks. She puts up with a lot. I have what some people would call an abrasive, obnoxious personality. But my regular viewers already know that. So keep your voices down, turds. Don't drink too much coffee. So let us join our Grand Dragon. Grand Dragon? I don't really like the sound of that. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but no, I'm just a fat turd on YouTurd. Institutions are buying hand over fist. Absolutely. Double Wide Repairs LLC. Do you need an LLC to repair mobile homes? I'm somehow fascinated by Double Wide Repairs LLC's name. Well, why the 6? Going to require some further investigation into this young man. Anyway, Kim Jong puts Supernala. We putting on our tool belts, $9 before earnings possible. Tobias, I'm telling you, this stock has moved 80% in 6 weeks. It's not a huge jump. It's already, almost 840. Look at it. The last ER, it was 740, 750. There's different pieces of news should have moved this stock way up already. Should be about $12, easy, 12, $13. Morningstar fair value, what, 13, $14 every time. They do the math, guys. People who do math know what this thing's worth. Noto was talking about what do banks growing like us trade at. It's like they don't trade at, they don't trade at less than 3x book value. They trade like 6x book value. Stocks, by many metrics should be $20 already. He read the article in Seeking Alpha. Guy, ran it through his model. He's like, low 17, high 30 is your price targets. The guy's saying 3 and 4. They know they're wrong. They knew they're wrong a long time ago. They just have to keep saying it because that's how they keep getting a paycheck. They know it's bullshit. They're far too smart for that. Yeah, massive deal for NEO, guys. You saw, like I said, the CEO of NEO sitting there with the presidents of 2 countries signing paperwork. Who do you think authorized that, guys? You're in a country like China. They can disappear you just for saying one wrong thing. You think he sits down with the presidents of 2 major nations and signs these agreements without the blessing of the Chinese state? Come on, guys. This is game over, man. NEO's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. It's going to be fantastic. Someone said, yeah, this thing's going to be huge. No, I can't do my Trump. I completely lose my voice. They're playing both sides. Rather do my Connery. Well, I'm from His Majesty's SAS. It's like, I want a haircut. No, I won't subject you to my Connery. Buying 10x, 330. Wait till the 2s. Now, I was buying some in the low 3s. Actually bought a fair amount. I really believe in the Slavosamendan drug. I mean, if it goes in the 2s, I'll really load up. But no, they paid a lot more than that. The guys who, the companies. If you look at the companies who bought that 10x offering, it was not like these fly-by-night guys who, go short long and short stocks and everything. This was core companies that want to be in this drug, get drugs to market. They're successful investors. The 10x has a dream team. Roth Capital, those last 2 deals totally screwed us. I mean, if you were investing, you had to basically buy the dilution. That's how I keep saying that's how penny stocks work. They kneecap you. They sell 90% of the company for very little money. If they sell it to people at $1, lo and behold, it'll drop to 60 cents or 55 cents. So you can buy it half of what those guys bought it, but you never do. That's the problem. It's a war of attrition. They get you to sell out at lows at 50 cents. I'm loading at 50 cents. They're buying up all those existing shareholders. That's the purpose of those deals, is to make you so disgusted and nauseous and sick to your stomach so you vomit all over yourself and sell your shares at the lows. You sell the dip and then you're going to smell the rip. And that's it, because you're a weak-kneed, paper-handed, useless sack of shit. At least that's what your ex-wife said. Anyway, guys, you know how she is, though. She gets very emotional. Things just didn't work out. Hello and welcome and hello and actually goodbye, because it's been like 50 minutes and this whole broadcast has been basically a pointless train wreck. But if there's one takeaway, guys, sorry, I don't know why I still have this up, but look at this chart, guys. The uptrend is beautiful. The pattern is beautiful. The short algo it's not even really operating anymore. They're just trying to maintain this short at 18%. I don't know why. They could have covered down here in the sixes. Like I said, these rookies, the other companies flipped, and these rookie shorts got overzealous. They keep shorting. They were shorting, between 680 and 720 quite heavily. Now they're taking heavy losses. This last candle was a mother. This candle is really problematic if you're short the stock, because this could be the start of something huge. Now, it could be here. It could be one of these where it peters out, but it could just keep going. It's very hard to say. But the stock likes to run up a bit before ERs. This could be a backbreaker ER for the shorts, if it is what I think it is. Like the Denny Green of ERs. They are who we thought they were. They are who we thought they were. I love successful fat people. Makes me feel like I have a chance. Hello and welcome. Welcome and hello. Anything else you jerk-offs want to talk about? The rapist for $500. Yeah, the Jeopardy. That's therapists. He's like, oh man, you see the one with Burt Reynolds, like snapping his gum? Oh my God, there's some funny stuff. Alpha males prefer their business to be frowned upon. Kramer has been saying sell Neo for 3 years. Now he's changing his mind. Now his buddies go, hey, Kramer has a lot of influence. This guy's a billionaire. He has a ton of influence over retarders. And I like the Raiders. Hey, you sound like a pretty good guy, Gavin. You were married to that Goalful who's marrying that Donald Trump Jr. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. I got 3 wins for the Raiders this year. David Chiaverini is also our quarterback. Welcome and hello and welcome, guys. I'm bailing out of this turd. It's buy and then sell blood and semen and buy more. Buy SOFI. Not financial advice, guys. The stock's going higher. It's going to 1013. People who don't understand that, they don't understand the dynamics of how options and shorts, how that interplay works and how it works around the fundamentals of the ER. I've studied the volume, the price action, the shorts, every single earnings report, how the ebbs and flows go by the quarter, and I'm telling you, this thing's going higher now. The consolidation is done. It corresponded with, fundamentals, high interest rates. The stock's basically been trading along with ARKF or many of these other FINTURD companies, but those days are over. It's about to trade on its merits, and when this company trades on its merits, it's going to go way up. It's going to go way up. Thanks for coming by, Double Wide. Yeah, I was checking out Double Wide's channel. Guy's got a ton of subscribers. Check out his channel. Like and subscribe his channel. Like, don't like and subscribe to my channel, but like and subscribe some of these other guys. They really provide valuable content, unlike yours truly, who basically stammers out angry sentence fragments for an hour and then hangs my head in shame while I slurp down more double espressos to try to make sense of the calamity that is these markets shorted by mechanics and assholes in expensive suits who do too much cocaine and have nothing else to do but kill great American companies who are just trying to help people get their money right and do good things for good people who want to work hard and save and invest. No, let's step on these companies. Well, I got news for you, you punk ass bitches. Anthony Noto has something for you. It's coming in 3 weeks. You better get ready. You shorts, if you have any fucking cover. Some very smart people think this ER is game over for the shorts. I've been wrong every time, guys. I thought certain benchmarks, profit, different things would get some of the shorts off the stock, get more institutions in the stock. But again, I think that's exactly what's been happening this quarter, and I think the filings are going to prove it. You hear some of the analysts coming around. You hear Kramer coming around. When Goldman Sachs says buy, when they start buying. And I think that's already happened. We'll just have to see. You know, BlackRock's on board. Fidelity's been buying. They're pretty new to the game. But of course, you know, what's I always forget what's the name of the huge the SoFi's largest shareholder. I don't know why. Vanguard, of course. I always forget Vanguard. I don't know why. But Fidelity's buying the stock. BlackRock's buying the stock. Dimension's buying the stock. Buying huge blocks of the stock. John Hancock, you know, you see Vanguard just absolutely loading everywhere. Dimension, Vanguard, just loading. All these companies. Only people selling mostly are shorts. So you see it in the ratios, guys. They're giving up on Fridays. They're selling out their friends. It's like, to BlackRock. They're like, yeah, fucko. We're screwing you. We're going long. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Quote my godfather, the great Bill O'Reilly. King of sexual harassment, $20 million settlements. Allegedly. Anyway, guy's fucking tall. Saw him once. I think he's like 6'6". Big, tall, gangly, scary looking motherfucker. Anyway, guys, I got to get out of here. This video is going nowhere fast. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and let's see what happens Monday. Should be exciting. I think the rally is going to continue in earnest, and I think we push up past 1013 pre-ER, and depending how good the ER is, how good the guidance is, whether we retrace or go up or down from there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. Want to say thank you to Not a Lurker, J Money for producing the show. Want to thank Birdie. Not sure if he was here. Haven't had a chance to read the comments. Want to thank, of course, more than anybody, the great Princess J for tolerating me in general, and more specifically for tolerating this broadcast on her weekend in her home. Her grace, kindness, and love is an inspiration, I think, to all of us, as well it should be. Certainly to me, and I certainly appreciate it more than I could possibly tell you on this piece of crap show. But I'll tell her later. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you, and hope you have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Don't do anything stupid. Peace. I'm out. What's up, Chris? What about you? What do you want? Chris, that's all I know. Don't like and subscribe, whatever you do. Oleg, thanks for joining us, Oleg. Who the hell else was here? Yep, I do love successful fat men. Load the boat, Brinks truck. Why does Noto always sandbag? It's just his nature. He's just extremely conservative. He likes to under-promise and over-deliver. He likes to smirk. He likes to know he has an ace up his sleeve. It's just the kind of guy he is. He doesn't brag. He's not brash. You just see he has an inner confidence these other guys don't have. He doesn't need to be that guy because he is that guy. If you're that guy, you don't need to be that guy. And Noto's that fucking guy. The guy you want to invest in. So you sleep like a baby at night. Peace. I'm out.